Ed, I promised you these videos a while ago on how to do flams. You know how it goes. Summer's a little crazy, so I finally asked Margie, let's get this done. And just a couple of quick videos, and then you can certainly ask me questions about any of this, but I think a video is needed to truly understand this. So, you probably learned how to play flams as a kid, and you play them like this. Everybody plays flams like that. But that's not actually how flams are supposed to be played. The flam is made up of two notes. There's a small note here, it's a grace note. And then there's the big note, the regular note. This is the note that gives the flam its name. So in this case, this is a right-hand flam. It's not the first note that gives the flam its name, it's the big note. This is a right-hand flam. This is a left-hand flam. So I usually call this little note and big note. That's how I refer to it. I call this the little hand, and I call this the big hand. So, when you're playing a flam, the way to start out is, you lift the big hand up, you put the little hand a few inches above the pad like this. Now what happens with the flam is you actually bring your sticks down at the same time. But because this stick is closer, it hits a little bit before this stick, and it gives the flam that kind of an elongated tone. So when you hit a flam, you like this, you set it up, and you hit like this. Then you go to the other flam, and you hit like this. And this is how you hit the flams. You come down, you come down. What I like to do with my students is I like to say, set up. So this hand, your wrist bends, but at about a 45-degree angle, your wrist can't really bend anymore. It's uncomfortable. So it gets to about here, and then your elbow bends a little bit. So you notice the stick is almost pointing straight in the air. It's not this motion. It's kind of like this. And you set up, and you do this real easily. You set up, and you hit. Then you set up, and then you hit. You set up, and then you hit. You set up, and then you hit. Notice I'm not doing this. I'm not going like this. That's not the motion because the sticks are coming at the same time. One of the other things to remember about the flam is that when you get set up in this position, it's very difficult to start from a dead stop like this and go like this, right? So what ends up happening is you actually, as you go to hit, your sticks come up a little bit. There's like a little bit of a up-down sort of a thing. Just nice, relaxed, to get you ready to hit. Don't make the mistake of doing this and picking this stick way up. You want to keep the sticks relative. This is the low stick, this is the high stick. So you notice I kind of do this a little bit, right? Okay. So that's the first video. You want to play the flams, you want to go set up, hit. Set up, hit. Set up, hit. And do, 8 to 16 flams in a row and get the feel of that. So that's the first video. And we'll shoot the second one in a minute.